She smirked. "Ah, is the little boy gonna cry?" When I confronted her about the hotel receipt in her purse, I said, "No, I'm done." What made her cry instead was finding out I'd already hired the divorce lawyer she'd been secretly meeting. Turns out that girl's trip had a different purpose. I 34 male am sitting in a hotel room right now, laptop open, trying to process the last 72 hours. My hands are still shaking a bit, not from anger but from relief? Vindication? I don't even know anymore. Been married to Natalie, 32, for 8 years, together for 11 total. No kids, she kept saying next year every time I brought it up. Now I know why. 3 months ago, things started feeling off. She was distant, always on her phone, lots of work trips and girls' weekends, classic signs, right? But here's the thing, I trusted her. We'd been through rough patches before and always communicated through them. Then came the credit card statements, charges at high-end restaurants during her work-from-home days, spa treatments when she was supposedly at her sister's, hotel charges in our own city. When I asked, she'd wave it off. Client lunches. Treating myself. Booking error they refunded. I started paying attention. Not snooping exactly, just aware. 2 weeks ago, she announced another girls' trip with her college friends. Vegas this time. Showed me the group chat and everything. Screenshots of them planning, booking shows, picking restaurants. I smiled, said have fun, even drove her to the airport. Except I saw her get into an Uber at departures instead of going inside. Yeah. Followed the Uber on my phone. We share locations for safety. It went to the Marriott downtown. Not exactly Vegas. I didn't confront her. Instead, I did something that past me would never have done. I called my buddy Trevor, who'd been through a nasty divorce last year. "Get a lawyer yesterday," he said. "Document everything. And whatever you do, don't let her know you know." The next morning, while Natalie was at her Vegas spa day, I met with 3 divorce attorneys. The third one, Miss Elise Hoffman, mentioned something interesting. "You're my second consultation this week from your household," she said carefully. My stomach dropped. "My wife? I can't confirm that, but I can say I have a conflict of interest that prevents me from taking your case." That's when it clicked. The hotel stays, the restaurant charges. She wasn't having an affair. She was interviewing divorce lawyers, planning her exit strategy while I played the oblivious husband. "However," Ms. Hoffman continued, "I can recommend my colleague, Mr. James Park. He's excellent and, more importantly, available." I hired James on the spot. Retainer paid, papers drawn up, the works. That was 12 days ago. Natalie came back from her Vegas trip with a tan, spray tan, I could smell it, and stories about losing $200 at blackjack. I played along, made dinner, asked about her friends, normal husband stuff, all while documenting everything. Yesterday she messed up, left her purse open on the counter while she showered. I wasn't snooping, was just moving it to hang her keys. That's when I saw it. A receipt from the Marriott, room service for 2, champagne, oysters. During her Vegas trip, when she came out, towel on her head, humming some song, I was holding it. "What's this?" Her face went through about 10 emotions in 3 seconds, then settled on amused contempt. "Are you going through my purse now? Seriously?" It was open. Receipt was right there. "You want to explain the champagne for 2 at the Marriott when you were supposedly in Vegas?" And then she said it, with this nasty little smirk. "Ah, is the little boy gonna cry? What, you think I'm cheating? God, you're pathetic." Something in me just shut off, all the anger, hurt, confusion, gone, replaced with absolute clarity. "No," I said, "I'm done." "Done? Done with what? Your little tantrum?" "Done with this marriage." She actually laughed. "Right. You're done. You can't even pick where we eat dinner without my input. You think you're gonna divorce me?" "I don't think." "I know. James Park is handling it. You should hear from him Monday." The smirk fell off her face so fast. "James Park? How do you know that name?" "Same way I know you met with Elise Hoffman. Twice. What was the plan, Nat? Blindside me? Clean me out while I'm still trying to save us?" You can't." "Can't what?" "Hire the lawyer you wanted before you could." "Yeah, turns out they can only represent one party. First come, first served." She went white, then red. Then started screaming about how I'd ruined everything, how she'd been planning this for months, how I had no right to spy on her. "Spy? You told me you were in Vegas while meeting divorce lawyers." "That's not spying, that's basic awareness." "You followed me." "No, I saw you get in an Uber when you were supposed to be flying to Vegas. The rest was just paying attention. She threw her wine glass at the wall. Missed me by a mile. Red wine everywhere. Get out. This is my house too. Actually, it's my house, inherited from my grandmother. Never put your name on it, remember? You said it was too much paperwork. I'll take half of everything else. What else? My 401k? Sure, take half. Your car? Already yours. The savings account? Got about 8K in there. Have fun with your $4,000. See, what Natalie didn't know was that I'd been preparing too. Not for divorce specifically, but for life. While she was spending on spa days and designer bags, I was paying off the house, maxing out retirement contributions, living below our means. She controlled her paycheck, I controlled mine. Separate accounts. Her idea, actually. Modern marriage, she called it. You bastard, you planned this. No, Nat. You planned this. I just hired a lawyer first. She's been blowing up my phone since I left for the hotel. Messages ranging from "we can work this out" to "I'll destroy you" to "please come home" to "you'll regret this." James says to keep everything. Evidence is evidence. The funniest part? She still thinks there's some master plan. Some hidden asset, some secret agenda. There isn't. I just hired the lawyer she wanted before she could. Turns out when you're planning to blindside someone, you should make sure they're actually blind. Update 1. Well, the entitlement has reached new heights. Grab some popcorn for this one. So Monday morning, Natalie got served at work, in front of her coworkers, by a process server in a full suit. I didn't plan it that way. That's just when they could catch her. But apparently it was quite the scene. She called me 36 times in an hour. I didn't answer. Then she started texting, "How dare you humiliate me like that? You're gonna pay for this? I want you out of my house now. I'm calling the police. You've started a war you can't win." That last one made me laugh. Lady, you started this war. I just fired the first shot. I stayed at the hotel through Tuesday, giving her space to process. Big mistake. Wednesday morning, I came home to change clothes and grab some stuff. Front door was locked, which was normal. But my key didn't work. She'd changed the locks on my inherited house. I called James. He said to document everything and call a locksmith. While waiting for the locksmith, I walked around to the back. She'd put up new security cameras, pointed right at the doors. Then I noticed my car, my beautiful, paid-off 2-year-old RAV4, covered in what looked like flour? No. Concrete mix. Someone had mixed concrete powder with water and poured it all over my car. It had hardened overnight. I took about 100 photos, called the police. They showed up just as the locksmith arrived. While the officer was taking my statement, Natalie pulled up, saw the police car and locksmith van and went ballistic. "Officers, this man is breaking into my house." "Ma'am, I live here. It's my house. We're married. It's marital property." The officer looked at my documentation, deed in my name only, inherited property, license showing this address. "Ma'am, did you change these locks?" "I have every right to protect myself." "Did you pour concrete on his vehicle?" I don't know what you're talking about." "Ma'am, there's concrete mix in your garage. I can see the bag from here." She shut up real quick after that. Officer gave her a warning about destruction of property and told her she couldn't lock me out of my own house. She stood there steaming while the locksmith changed the locks back. But here's where it gets really good. Remember that girls' trip group chat she showed me? I reached out to one of her friends, Melody. Just a simple, "Hey, hope you all had fun in Vegas." Melody responded, "Vegas? What? We haven't done a girls' trip in like 2 years. Is everything okay?" Turns out Natalie had faked the entire group chat. Screenshots and everything. Created a whole elaborate lie just to cover meeting with divorce lawyers. But why the hotel room? Why room service for 2? Thursday I got my answer. Her sister Christine called me. We'd always gotten along pretty well. "What the hell is going on? Nat's staying with me and she's acting insane." I gave her the short version. Found out about the lawyers, filed first. Now she's melting down. "Wait," Christine said. "She told me you were the one who wanted the divorce. Said you'd been planning it for months. Said she found emails to lawyers on your computer." I didn't even think about divorce until I found out she was planning it. Long pause. "Oh my God, she's been setting you up." Turns out, Natalie had been telling her family for months that I was emotionally abusive, controlling, planning to leave her. Building a whole narrative. The hotel meetings? She was recording them, trying to get lawyers to say things on tape about how to protect herself from an abusive spouse. Her plan was brilliant, actually. Paint me as the bad guy, get everyone on her side, then blindside me with divorce papers while playing the victim. One problem, she never thought I'd find out and move first. Friday, yesterday, things escalated again. I was working from home when I heard a commotion outside. Looked out to see a tow truck hooking up to my concrete-covered car. Ran outside. Hey, that's my car. Driver looked at his paperwork. Says here Natalie owns it. No, I own it. It's in my name. Look, buddy, I just do what the paperwork says. I called the police again. Same officer from Wednesday showed up looking tired. Natalie had forged my signature on a tow authorization claiming the car was abandoned on her property. Officer made the tow truck unhook it. Wrote Natalie another citation. This time for fraud. But the best part? While she was busy with her illegal tow truck stunt, my lawyer was busy too. Turns out when you claim someone is abusive in divorce proceedings, judges take that seriously. They want evidence. Natalie had none, because it never happened. What I had was evidence of her lying about Vegas, proof she was meeting lawyers while pretending everything was fine. The fake group chat she created, concrete mix on my car, the legal lockout for my own house, forged tow truck authorization, 36 threatening voicemails, hundreds of unhinged texts. James filed an emergency motion. Given her erratic and destructive behavior, he asked for exclusive use of the marital home, my house, and a restraining order. We got both. As of 6 p.m. yesterday, Natalie can't come within 100 feet of me or the house. She had 2 hours to collect essentials with police supervision. The look on her face when the officer handed her the order was something. This is my house too. Ma'am, you'll have your day in court. For now, you need to pack a bag. He's the abuser. I have recordings. Ma'am, recordings of what? Of him being mean. Being mean isn't illegal. Pouring concrete on someone's car is. She tried to take everything. The TV, the kitchen appliances, even tried to rip curtains off the walls. Officer stopped her. Essentials only. Clothes, toiletries, medications. As she was leaving, she turned to me. No more smirk, just pure rage. You think you won? I'm going to destroy you. I'm going to take everything. You'll be living in a cardboard box when I'm done. Good luck with that, Nat. I know things about you, things that will end you. Like what? Like. She was grasping. I'll make things up if I have to. The officer stepped between us. Ma'am, did you just threaten to commit perjury? She shut up and left. It's been 24 hours of peace. My car's getting detailed Monday to remove the concrete. Insurance is covering it as vandalism. The house is quiet. I'm eating takeout and watching movies she hated. But I know this isn't over. People like Natalie don't just give up. They escalate. James says to be ready for anything. Document everything. Don't engage unless necessary. I'm ready. Bring it on. Final update. This will be my last update because it's finally over. And the way it ended? Even I didn't see it coming. So after the restraining order, things went quiet for about a week. Then Natalie went nuclear. But not how anyone expected. First came a letter from the IRS. Someone had reported me for significant tax fraud dating back 5 years. All complete BS, but detailed enough that they had to investigate. Here's the thing. Natalie never paid attention to our finances. I did taxes every year. She'd sign without reading. So how did she suddenly know enough to make detailed false allegations? She didn't. But her new boyfriend did. Yeah, you read that right. New boyfriend. Remember the hotel receipt for 2? Turns out she wasn't meeting lawyers alone. She was meeting with lawyers and her coworker, Garrett. The just a work friend who wasn't her type because he was too into finance stuff. Guess what Garrett does? Tax consultant. But Garrett made a fatal error. He used his work computer to help draft the IRS complaint. When the IRS sought intimate knowledge of my finances from someone who'd never had access, red flags went up. They contacted his firm. Firm pulled his computer records, found everything. Garrett was fired immediately. Lost his license. Turns out using your position as a tax consultant to file false IRS complaints is a career ender. While Garrett was getting fired, Natalie played her hand with the abuse recordings. Her lawyer sent dozens of audio files. Every single one was edited, badly. She'd splice conversations to make innocent statements sound threatening. Audio expert showed timestamps didn't match, background noise changed mid-sentence. My favorite, just admit you hate me. I'm not doing this, Nat. Say it. I'm gonna make a sandwich. You're pathetic. That's abuse? Me making a sandwich while she screams? Then came the lawn signs. Woke up to abuser lives here and danger to women all over my yard. Neighbor caught her on camera at 3 a.m. directing people where to place them. Arrested for violating restraining order. While she was in jail, Garrett flipped. Came to my lawyer with boxes of evidence. Emails, texts, recordings showing how Natalie had orchestrated everything. Been planning for over a year to destroy me for money. But the real kicker? She'd been on birth control the whole time. Told Garrett she never wanted kids with that loser, but kept me hoping for stability. 8 years. 8 years of thinking we were building a family. Trial came. Natalie showed up in a wedding dress, said she wanted to mourn properly. Judge made her change. She represented herself. Her lawyer quit. Tried submitting edited recordings, felony. Fake IRS complaint, felony. And a psychological evaluation she wrote herself. During break, she approached me in the hallway. Started live streaming. Hello, Facebook. I'm here where my abusive ex is stealing my life. Security shut it down. Another restraining order violation. On camera. Judge reviewed everything. In 20 years on the bench, he'd rarely seen such malicious behavior. She got minimum for my 401k, $30K, her car belongings. She owed $5,000 car damage, $15,000 legal fees, $10,000 punitive damages. But the criminal charges? DA picked them all up. Convicted on illegal recording, false federal filing, forgery, multiple restraining order violations. Got 18 months. Could have been probation with remorse. Instead, she told the judge, I'm the real victim. Judge, do you have evidence of abuse? He made sandwiches when I was trying to communicate. The crown jewel? Garrett submitted a video from her phone. Her practicing victim face in the mirror, rehearsing lines like I'm scared of him while doing makeup. Then turning to camera, how's that? Believable? She's serving time now. Already sent a letter asking if I'd consider mediation to restore our marriage. My lawyer framed it. Where am I now? Good. House is mine. In therapy. Even started dating someone who knows the whole story. Natalie's family cut her off. Garrett works at a call center. IRS cleared me completely. When she smirked and asked if the little boy was gonna cry, she was right. I did cry. Once, in my lawyer's office, realizing the person I loved for 8 years never existed. But I won. Not through revenge. She destroyed herself. I just stayed calm, hired the right lawyer, and documented everything. Sometimes hiring their divorce lawyer first is the best money you'll ever spend.